myself passing the house, then I spin around. She say I'm always moving, ma, I just can't sit. These bumps on the road so I can just cruise to this. Living my life on the road, I'm trying to get used to this.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Ready.
On second down, here's Mixon. Able to slither by. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got Curse. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
The numbers for Mixon last week. 22 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. C.J. Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Throwing on first down. Goodman. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Demarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Detroit! Watching now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on third and long. Goodman. Oh, he stays up. And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They're going to try and throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On first and 10, Goodman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing again on second and 10. Goodman. He's going to wind up and got his man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. And that catch puts him past the great Jerry Rice. For the most receiving yards in a single season, he's now up over 1,848.
At one point, we called Jerry Rice Flash. How about the dash we saw here today?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Demarcus Lawrence In there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Operating from the gun. Goodman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Detroit!
From the gun, Goodman. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow.
Detroit!
On fourth down, Goodman. And he's going to go down again. Dante Hightower. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Rivers to throw it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now a second down throw for Rivers. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Third and long for Rivers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Goodman got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Goodman, wide open receiver, complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Sanders now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Load it. Set. Block 11. Set.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To throw on 3rd down, Rivers. And that is incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. So everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on first down. Goodman. The left side caught by Diggs. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw is Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
To throw on 2nd down. Goodman. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
No. Check. Patriot.
On fourth down, Goodman. And he's able to find Diggs. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw. Goodman. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Breaking that one up, the former All-Pro Josh Norman. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Looking to throw. Goodman. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Dante Hightower on the stop. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel...
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now they try the right side here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Goodman. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sanders now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he stopped immediately there. Vince Beagle, the one to bring him down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff looking right. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Oh, it's 4th and inches, and you're thinking maybe a quarterback sneak here. But instead, they're going to go ahead and run it and try to pick up the first. And he gets much more than that as he rips off a huge gain.
From the gun, Goodman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the off-right corner, Josh Norman. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Rivers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A handoff to Mixon. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goodman. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. On 3rd down, Goodman. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. Throwing, Rivers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second down, Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Third and goal for Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Off the play fake here, Rivers. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be. The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
180.
Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun. Goodman. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time. On 1st and 10, Goodman. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's caught, Lockett. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Sanders now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Spins by. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. It's just...
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, Rivers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now he's going to go deep down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Rivers under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Rivers now on second down. Dumps it off to Mixon. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Throwing again. Goodman. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. From the gun, Goodman. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On 4th down, Goodman. Incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Rivers now. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he floats one there, incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
To Mixon on the check down. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 10, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. 30, past the 20, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there, 92 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Rivers to throw it. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Eddie Goldman in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy. And
there he baited him right into the interception.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. 3rd and long for Rivers. And an alley to run. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing just outside his own goal line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw on second down. Goodman. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Sanders now to kick this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First down.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
There we go. Set. 380.
One last shot now for Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jermaine Kearse, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end.
Thicker the ply, thicker the bag. Mean I'm a buy it, at least in no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it. The is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm shade of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one in the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6, Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snigger bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
So what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the Genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm, have a thoughts. For the cream renegade. For the money, only green is the green.